In today's video, we're going to show you 14 surprising benefits of frugal living. Number 1, more time to spare. It may seem like frugal people don't have any time to do anything because they're either too busy trying to grow wealth through things like side hustles or busy trying to find a new way to save. However, this is not the case. Since frugal people don't spend much time on eating out with friends or personal shopping, they have much more time to enjoy their hobbies or time with kids. Number 2, less stress. It's not news that financial trouble is a huge stressor for many people. The more financial trouble you have, the more stressors you have in life. And stress really negatively impacts your health as well as well-being, but people who practice frugal living don't have to worry about that. Since frugal people cover all their bases and make sure they live within their means, they never feel stressed by their finances, thus making them much happier and a lot healthier. Number 3, you become more resourceful. Frugal living helps you to make the most of what you have instead of buying a new item. For example, instead of going out and just buying a new desk and chair that are starting to look old and aren't trending, you can learn to sand and stain the furniture to match the trends and look brand new. Number 4, your home will look more tidy. Frugal people aren't shy when it comes to getting rid of items they no longer need. For instance, if a frugal person has some toys that their kids are too old to play with, then they'll just sell it on an online marketplace for extra cash. Another example could be selling or donating old clothes that they no longer wear. By getting rid of items promptly, you can both gain some extra dollars while keeping your house neat and tidy. Number 5, you'll feel more healthy. Frugal living often causes somebody to be much more focused on health for 2 reasons. First of all, you learn to cook your own food, which is much healthier than takeout at your favorite burger joint. And secondly, you'll often walk, run, or even bike more frequently to save a lot on traveling. So, if you're looking to get healthy, then maybe consider practice frugal living. Number 6, you'll become a lot better cook. With cooking your own food as one of the major rules for frugal living, you'll naturally become an expert at it. And not only will you learn to cook basic things like stews, soups, and roasts, but you may stray towards dishes in other cultures as well that are quick, cheap, and extremely easy to make. If you've always wanted to learn how to cook while saving money, then hop on the frugal living train. Number 7, your intelligence will grow. When video articles or people tell you that you need to learn to invest in yourself, that is an important thing about frugal living, because the byproduct is that you end up becoming more intelligent. And when you learn to do a new skill like computer programming, furniture building, or maybe learning a new language, you can end up creating new neuron pathways in your brain, thus growing in intelligence. Also, many of the skills that you learn can be helpful in bringing in extra income. Number 8, you're going to be more efficient. Frugal living goes well beyond just trying to save money. It's also going to help you to be much more efficient in your life. For example, whenever you're cooking a large meal, you can load the dishwasher as you go. Another example would be that you could have your thermostat set to a specific temperature to help save on energy. Frugal living will help you to minimize your money spent and time spent on tasks so you can enjoy more of your life. Number 9, finding new hobbies. By far, one of the biggest issues that comes across to anybody who's trying to be frugal is that they have to give up on expensive hobbies or excessive spending. Sadly, these may have been ways for the person to enjoy their life and give a sense of purpose. But fortunately, there's a vast array of hobbies which are extremely cheap and free that can give you a new sense of purpose and happiness. For example, you can learn to draw. Number 10, you can afford quality when it matters. One of the greatest benefits of frugal living is that you have more money. While having more money doesn't always mean that you should spend more, it just means that you can get higher quality items whenever they matter. For instance, if you might be an avid gardener and are looking for ways to continue your crop growing in the winter, you can invest in a food grow light and grow tent. Because of frugal living, you can finally afford to spend but continue saving on your produce. Number 11, you'll be a much harder worker. Frugal living teaches you that discipline and sacrifice are necessary to get what you want without going beyond your means. For example, you may have to save for several months before getting an item that you want, so that way you can continue living below your means. Number 12, it's great for the environment. There is no shortage of info about the ongoing effects of climate change and global warming, but frugal people avoid several things that negatively impact the environment. First of which, they avoid single-use plastics and try to opt for reusable ones, because they don't drive as much to avoid high gas prices, and will also avoid using energy by not changing the thermostat often, using energy-efficient light bulbs, and hanging out their clothes to dry. Number 13, helping you to retire early. Who doesn't want to retire early? Well, frugal living can allow you to do that with relative ease. Since frugal people avoid spending unnecessarily and also learn to save their money in the best way possible, they end up with enough to retire well before they hit 65. Lastly, number 14, you feel satisfied with what you have. Frugal living forces you to spend less to live below your means. And while you might think that's an unhappy life, it actually allows people to find satisfaction with what they have. Frugal people learn to enjoy experiences rather than spending for an experience.